What's up guys, it's MTG Matt for you, and today we're going into the ladder with a quite popular deck, I would say, for now, in the current ladder. So obviously we have the first week since the expansion launch of Strixhaven, and people are still experimenting, which is super cool. And a lot of people at the moment play a deck centered around the combo in the Witherbloom colors of black and green. The combo of Sedgemoore Witch combined with Plum the Forbidden. And this is the deck I'm going to present to you guys today. So what's the combo here, right? So first off, let's explain. Sedgemoore Witch is a 3-mana 3/2 human warlock with menace and a ward ability of pay 3 life, which is just a nice bonus. But the real juice here is Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. So, if you cast instant or sorceries, you get these cute little pests that gain life when they die. But more importantly, this ability also triggers if you copy spells. And this is where Plum the Forbidden comes in. It's a 2-mana instant in black, which says, as an additional cost to cast a spell, you may sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature sacrificed this way, and the effect is you draw a card and lose 1 life. So, imagine you have like 3 pests out on the board together with a Sedgemoore Witch, and you cast Plum the Forbidden and sack your 3 pests. What will happen is, first off, you're going to get 3 life from the pest dying, and then secondly, you will in total get 3 copies of Plum the Forbidden plus the original copies, so you have 4 copies of this. And all 4 copies trigger Sedgemoore Witch's Wagecraft, which means that the result is you have sacrificed 3 pests, you gain 3 life, so you're up 3 life. And then through Plum the Forbidden, through copies you generate 4 pests, 4 new pests, and you draw 4 cards and lose 4 lives. So at the end of this, let's call it a transaction, you have 1 more pest, you have lost 1 life and drawn 4 cards. So that's pretty crazy, right? But it gets even crazier if you got Bastion of Remembrance on the board. With a 3-mana enchantment from Ikoria, when it enters the battlefield you create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. And whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So when all those pests die, not only do you gain even more life, but your opponent also loses life. And this is the whole idea and goal of this deck, is have a Bastion of Remembrance out, have a couple of these pest creature tokens out, together with a Sedgemoore Witch, and then use Plum the Forbidden to draw crazy amounts of cards, damage your opponent out with Bastion of Remembrance, and win the game that way. Now, the list that you see here is one I've come up with myself, and certainly not refined, because in a way this deck has 2 spots that are not fully optimized in the form of Black's Vexing Pest and Dina's Soulsteeper. So Black's is a legendary creature it's a 3-mana 3/2, which says other pests, bats, insects, snakes, and spiders you control get +1/+1, and when it dies you gain 4 life. And on the back you have Search for Blacks, which is a 4-mana sorcery that lets you look at the top 5 cards of the library, and you can put any number of them into your hand, and for every card you do, you lose 3 life. I think Blacks is a rather nice fit for this deck, because you tend to have a lot of pests on the board, and pumping them by +1/+1 is pretty good, because the experience I had with this deck was that oftentimes you have a relatively wide board and your opponent is not really reacting to it because he's, for example, a control-y player, right? So putting down a Blacks in the situation, pumping your whole board by +1/+1 can be pretty nice, and then the effect that when it dies again for life is also cool. And I guess the backside Search for Blacks, you could occasionally use it, but so if you want to have this deck optimized, you probably should have 2 Blackses in there. Or if you don't want to run the Blacks, run 2 Dina Soulsteepers. So Dina is the Witherbloom legendary creature, Druid, which is the important part, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So Dina can certainly be an additional key piece to this deck to damage your opponent even more. And It's really up to you to decide what you want to use here. Probably Dina is the better option, and Dina obviously is the more budget option because it's just an uncommon and Blacks is a mythic rare. And I would probably still put 2 Dinas in here instead of 2 Blackses, but if you have 2 Blackses just in your collection, you can try it out. And so what I'm saying about this is like there are these two spots in the deck which are not optimized, and you can, you know, put your own ideas in, as I said. What also is a nice idea if instead of these 2 you had 4 Extus Auric Overlords here, which is an addition from my side and the from my side, which is I splashed red in this deck to be able to cast Awaken the Blood Avatar, which is an 8-mana sorcery, which says as additional cost to cast a spell, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature sacrificed this way. So right there, this is already super nice for this deck because we always want to have ways to just sacrifice our pests and this way damage our opponent with our board. So if you happen to have 4 Extus / Awaken the Blood Avatars, that's also another nice way to fill out the deck. But then what's actually the payoff for Awaken the Blood Avatar? First off, each opponent sacrifices a creature, pretty cool. And then create a 3/6 black and red avatar creature token with haste, and whenever this creature attacks, it deals 3 damage to each opponent. So this card, just a real cool way to also sacrifice your stuff and get a pretty huge payoff. Like the avatar is pretty powerful. It's a haster that immediately can deal 6 damage to your opponent's face without blockers. So this is my special need addition to the deck. And then the rest of the deck is really very straightforward to enable the combos. First off, 2 key elements to this deck are Eye Witch and Hunt for Specimens. Eye Witch is a 1-mana 1/1 flying bat. It's an eye bat even. Eye is a creature type, I didn't know. And when it dies, you learn. Very important as a 1-drop, is also really nice to get sacrificed. And learn fits super well into this deck. And that's the part I especially love about this deck, that you can actually really like use the learn mechanic really well, because in the sideboard we've got 4 pest summonings. Pest summoning 3-mana sorcery, create 2 1/1 pests. And this card seems just okay, just like whatever, but it's actually a key element to this deck. You want to have a lot of pests on the board, and this is a key component in enabling you to do that. So pest summoning, 4 of those in the sideboard, which you can grab with the eye twitches. Also in the side we got 2 containment breaches to destroy artifacts or enchantments, because artifacts or enchantments are permanents we can't really interact with the cards in our main board. And then a single Necrotic Fumes to exile our creature or planeswalker. And we have to exile a creature on our own, but we got plenty of pests lying around, so that's no problem. So that's the sideboard lessons. And the other key component in this deck is Hunt for Specimens, 2-mana sorcery. You create a pest and you also learn. So these 2 cards are very important early game to just get our deck going, you know, get those first cheap creatures on the board to sacrifice them to later and then deal damage with Bastion of Remembrance. And the rest of the deck is just enabling, right? The rest of the deck is 4 Village Rise, sacrifice creatures, draw cards, super good. 2 Eliminates, for removal, for controlling. 2 Heartless Act, removing, controlling. And 4 Binding the Old Gods, removing anything. And also ramping is actually quite good in this deck, or quite useful, because what's a bit awkward in this deck is that you have a lot of free drops, right? You got 4 Bastion of Remembrance, 4 Sedgemoore Witches. So, at the beginning of the game, this deck is actually kind of slow. So, having a Binding the Old Gods on turn 4 to remove anything, and then ramping the turn after is actually quite useful to, you know, if you get to turn 6. Turn 6 is like the turn where you can put down a Sedgemoore Witch, and at the same time, cast a pest summoning, for example. So that's pretty useful. Yeah, and that's the whole deck. As I said, I splashed red for Awaken the Blood Avatar in the form of 3 mountains, 2 Savite Triumphs, and I think that's it. Yeah. Got 4 failed passages to tutor up that mountain. And we also get to use Binding the Old Odds to tutor up a Sag of Triumph for those dual lands, so that's pretty cool. Because this deck is mainly black with actually just a splash of green, splash of red. And that's the whole deck. My personal opinion on this deck, I think it's really, really cool. I like about this deck that it utilizes the learn mechanic in a very organic way. It doesn't feel forced. It actually feels perfect for this kind of deck. And just from my personal experience, I have to say I find this deck to be boring very fast, because this is the kind of deck where you don't really interact with your opponent. Like, this deck is about, sure, once in a while you remove stuff from your opponent with your eliminates or like Binding the Old Gods. But this deck is really mostly about building up your board in front of Bastion of Remembrance, Sedgemoore Witches, and then eventually getting your combo, right? So it's not that interactive, but still, I really recommend you guys trying this deck out. Optimize it yourselves. This is certainly not the best version of it. And hope you guys enjoy the games. If you enjoy content like this, please consider subscribing. And I see you guys soon. Okay, we can keep that. I really like the eye twitches for the early game. Guess let's just be mana efficient here. Dude, this deck seems so cool, actually. Like, so cool. It's gonna get an eye twitch. Okay, nice. Got a land. Guess we just keep it. It's another land. Just take what we can get here. Put down the eye twitch and pass. Dude, this deck feels so cool. Especially since I very rarely play something like Jund. Like Jund, Rakdos, Golgari. Not really my colors. However, actually I do like Golgari and Witherbloom. But in the reason, like in the past two expansions, there wasn't really good black-green deck, right? Oh shit. I think I don't want to block. I want to keep this sacking. If I do this, we can still cast Village Rise, yeah. Actually, I want to try a different camera position. Oops. What if I'm down here? Ah, I don't like that. Okay. Block here and sack in response. Do you want the fumes? Actually no, because I've got so much removal in the deck. Speaking of which. So, yeah. Well, we didn't draw a land, but we want the ramp anyway here, right? So let's just put down the binding. Get an eye twitch back, and then hopefully next turn we draw into a land. Dude, this deck is so chill. Just sit back, remove your opponent's stuff, build a board of little pesty insect creatures. What? 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 Why? Yeah, we blocked this. What's happening here? Is that you? Oh shit, my laptop. Okay. I actually don't put down both eye twitches because the thing is, pest summoning is a sorcery, which means that if you draw into a witch, this triggers it while the eye twitches don't, right? So that's why I'm keeping the pest summoning in hand. Okay, yeah. Plumbly Forbidden is so disgustingly good. Exile creature Planeswalker. I'm gonna take one of these and another summoning. Down a Bastion, get another Swamp. Down a Pest Summoning. Okay. Not really winning yet, but we're getting there slowly. Dude, for me, Witherbloom is the best archetype so far of all these colleges. I've dipped a little bit into Prismari so far. Which I think Prismari is actually hard to build or hard to make work. I haven't tried Lorehold yet. Quandrix, not really. just more stuff, right? They're summoning, holding open the plum. So haven't really looked into Quandrix yet. Haven't looked at all into Silver Quill. But why it's nice to have these archetypes. You know, I think the most fun is take these archetypes, take a look at them, what are their strengths, or what are their characteristics, and then immediately synthesize them with your own ideas, right? Damn, this art is sick. So instead of just like strictly going this is Quandrix, they're going Fractalus, just taking a look at okay, what does Quandrix offer, and I'm combining it with like my own neat ideas.
Take responsibility for this loss.
Putting down more pests. Dude, these lessons with the pests are so sick, especially with Plum. This is, it's just sick, man. I mean, we can draw 6, 7 cards here if you want to. 7 cards for 2 mana.
I do love a good puzzle.
Soothe the fumes here, exile the soldier. I know I could have attacked first, but oh well. Let's draw 2 more cards here. Look at our card advantage, it's so sick. And the lessons are actually really good in this deck, right? They fit right into the deck, doesn't feel awkward to run the run cards at all. Okay. Oh, there's a witch, let's go.
My past is catching up.
Let's go. GG. Easy game, easy game. Wow, we actually climb, I haven't even noticed. Yeah, this looks fine. Got an eye twitch, turn to hunt. Seems good. That we even got our green mana here. Just get a pest summoning. More stuff on the board next turn. We just got a really nice curve here. Okay, there's some glitch rights. Dude, this deck is so cool. Like putting down all these small pests is doing a lot of work. Like drawing your cards, gaining your life, and so on. Yeah, I think we just did, man. Get up the stuff here. Because even if he has an extinction event, it just gets rid of the pest, but not of all, right? Because this is even cost, this is odd cost. Another binding. Really, he's removing the eye twitch. Okay. Okay. I have no idea what our opponent is up to, so we just keep adding these pests. I mean, the turn here is Bastion plus Eye Twitch. Just punching him down with the pests here. Just a stack. This is an Abzan list? Interesting. It's a Toski, okay. Well, we can just get a Necrotic Fumes to exile Toski. Guess we're gonna do that. Right? Exile Toski, get rid of the soldier. Still have a Village Rites open here.
Foxes. I hunt bigger. You're not scared of dogs, are you?
We're binding to deal with Garruk. So binding always happens. Wait. No, there's no lethal here.
There are some things that cannot be hunted.
We didn't play a land yet, right? I think I want to get my land drop here for the turn. There we go. Perfect. I don't think I need to keep an eliminate over. There isn't really any reason here. Let's put down the Eye Twitch. This stack is working real well. We got like an 80% win rate so far. I'm not blocking because I don't care about the damage, and creatures we have are always like fodder for Plum the Forbidden. Look, he's actually healing with Movable on these small little creatures. Yeah, just more of that stuff. He just has so much value, it's ridiculous actually. So pest summoning. Pest summoning. And yeah, I guess we just win. 1, 2, 3, 4. Win the game. Why is this deck so good? Huh. Sure. Yeah, I don't like D9 here. I should just cut her. I guess Dina is a nice blocker here. Right. Actually can't counter this with a Drown and a Lock right now. Because 3 mana value and I only got 2 cards in the graveyard. Okay, sure. You got a blocker on board. That's really nice because we can actually look for a mountain in case we draw an Exodus. And I'm gonna get a pest summoning here. Probably put down Dina again. That's absolutely fine. Nah, my Extus. And the Sedgemoore Witch. Going with pest summonings here. And I guess I'm gonna go for a hunt and get a removal. Sure. Gonna get a necrotic fumes here. Seems good. I guess it was the correct decision to get a fumes. Dude! He mulled both my ecstasies. Oh! Oh, that's perfect here. Okay, let's get rid of you guy. Let's also get rid of you. And just attack. Attack. Obviously might have a counter spell here, but what can you do? Also I'm attacking here. Oh! Oh, that's so good actually. Because this makes so that Brazen Borrow is gone. This is actually so nice. And we've got a Heartless Act, let's freaking go. Get out of here. And we can just reroll with the plum. All we really need is a witch. How much witches have we got in the deck? Oh well, I got 3 more witches in the deck. Seems good. Dude, murals, man. Oh, that's nice. That is indeed very nice. So if I attack and he blocks... Nah, I'm not attacking. I want to cast the Plum on my turn, so that I can then swing back, right? Ugh, 6 more cards gone, man. Guess I should have attacked. Man, I'm not sure anymore what to do here. Maybe it didn't matter, I don't know. 2, 3, 4. I Twitch, no Sedgemoore, land. Oh, binding is good. So if we binding one of the enforcers, I think that should be game. Right? Just attack here. Because he can block the Sedgemoore Witch without killing her because she got Manus. And I think that's just lethal. Gotta say, while I think this deck is cool, it kind of gets boring very fast. Because you're not even really interacting with your opponent. It's just like you put down your stuff, and as you can see, I don't even have to like check if my opponent blocks because I want my stuff to die. Oh no! 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 Wait, what do we still have in the deck? An Ice Switch, another Bastion, and some lands. I think I've lost. Damn. Shit. Gakon can mill 2 cards, guaranteed. But other than that, no, no, no! Don't you have another rogue here? No. Okay, there's some justice in the world. Good game. Yes. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content and want to see more fresh decks and standard meta decks, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And I see you guys soon.